What's up, YouTube? I'm the Cowcar131. In this probably fairly short-ish video, I'm going to be doing a couple tests to kind of test out a idea or a theory I had of how do these little electric plasma lighters compare to a good old-fashioned Bic lighter in a survival scenario. Now, the entire reason this kind of came to my attention was it occurred to me that one of the biggest advantages, I think, and why these plasma lighters, could be a very, they could have a leg up over a Bic lighter in a, like I said, survival scenario, apocalypse scenario, shit hit the fan, prepping, doomsday, whatever you want to call it for your bug out bag, your get home bag, your emergency bag. You know what I mean at this point. So one of the biggest reasons I think these plasma lighters could have a pretty decent advantage over a Bic lighter is because depending on what sort of scenario you're most worried about and you think is going to destroy the world, whether it be an EMP, global warfare, nuclear warfare, alien invasion, zombies, take your pick, there's a lot, civil unrest. At a certain point, the Bic lighter is going to run out. You probably can't hear anything. The point of that was to get across that the Bic lighter runs on fuel. At a certain point, it's going to run out of fuel. However, with these plasma lighters, I'll get you a close-up on this side, has a USB-C recharge port, which means as long as you get something like this, this is a cheap one, little battery bank with some solar panels on it, as long as the sun is going, which it should for the next couple billion years or so, you should be able to just keep recharging this thing. Now, this might be kind of small and inefficient. It might be better long-term to have something more like this, like a full-size battery bank with actual larger, more efficient solar panels. But the point is that this is the entire purpose I thought of this video, this has significantly longer lifespan, I think, than a Bic lighter. However, that got me thinking, what about some of the things you might want to, you might need to light on fire to start fires or what have you in a emergency survival scenario? So I've got a couple of them together here. We're going to be trying to light them and see how one of these plasma lighters compares to a Bic lighter lighting some of these materials. So I got a couple different materials here to test out. One thing, however, I did want to test out first and foremost, as you can see right on here, it says this is just a cheap, no-name Suprus brand, but it claims to be waterproof. So, send water. You were out surviving the zombie invasion and you fell in a creek. Oh no, but you had the little lid closed. Okay, it'll work. I'm not going to try this one because I need to use it for the upcoming lighting shit on fire. However, I'm sure most of you know what happens if you dunk a Bic lighter into water. It's not going to light for a while. You got to wait for the internals in here to dry out and then you can continue to light it. So, quick word on safety. It's probably, do as I say, not as I do. You probably don't want to be lighting shit on fire in your garage. However, in San Antonio, it is hot enough that most of this shit would just combust even without the lighters. So I'm in here because it's slightly cooler. So for safety, I also have obviously a pot of just water. And on the ground over here, I do have a fire extinguisher just in case. That's just the back of a old, very shot, kind of warped AR-500 target that I'm using. So first thing I'm going to try and get my hands dry a little bit now. Good old-fashioned, everyone's used them before, Vaseline and cotton ball. This one doesn't have a whole lot of Vaseline in it. I didn't mix it up very well, but pretty confident we know how this is going to go. Obviously, Vaseline and cotton balls, they burn extremely well, extremely easy. Now, let's try this one. Okay, they both burn extremely well and extremely easily. Throw that out. Put them in the water just for safety and all that. Next up, I have just a piece of paper. Let's say you were out surviving in the wilderness during the alien invasion, guerrilla warfare and your shit up, and you happen to find a old notebook or something. You need to start a fire that night for your poached rabbit that you caught. So, plasma lighter will light paper perfectly fine. Big shocker here for everybody, I'm sure. Oh look, a Bic lighter can light paper too. Let's say you were out surviving in the wilderness and you came across a just old cardboard box of some sort. Now, not surprising, again, the Bic lighter is very capable of lighting cardboard on fire. Now, I'm not as sure how well the plasma lighter is going to do. We'll find out. Okay. Took a little bit more getting it in the right direction, but it'll still light it. Oh, let's try a piece of Fatwood. This is just store-bought Fatwood. I bought a pack of this forever ago. Not very sure how well this is going to burn. Kind of what I figured. So the Bic lighter, after a little while, will get just the entire stick lit. Obviously, it would be better use a knife or something to shave some off or get some feathers going on it to make it a little easier so you're not trying to, like I said, light the entire stick. But let's see if this can simulate that. Not doing as well. And by as well, I mean it's not lighting it at all. So, in this one, the Bic lighter wins. However, if you did it the intelligent way to begin with and you just shaved some off, it would light like it should. So I guess you could call this one a win for the Bic lighter. However, if you did your setup right, the plasma lighter would, I would say, work just as good. Next up, I have another store-bought fire starter. I forget what these are called, like Zip or something like that. But you can find these at like a lot of stores, like Walmart has stuff like this. But as you can see, it lights extremely easily. Let's try the plasma lighter. I kind of feel like this one, oh, well, son of a bitch. I'll be honest, I did not expect that. Okay. Surprising. I thought because the plasma lighter does not have a physical flame, it would not do as well. But as you can see, very easy to light something like this. All right, so next thing I'm going to try burning. I found a stick under a tree along the side of the road, and these aren't very good feather sticks. I know, don't hate me, but these are what I was able to do very quickly, just short notice, like 20 minutes ago. So we will see how well the plasma lighter does, obviously. Feather sticks, pretty well known, pretty easy to do in the survival sphere. Go out. Take care of that later. Now, this is the one I'm most curious about. Again, this test, I mean, it did better than I thought. I'm guessing because this doesn't have a physical flame, it's not going to do as well, but we'll find out. It started to light. Come on, little buddy, you can do it. Okay, so bearing in mind that obviously the feathers were slightly different and all that, I would say once again the edge probably goes to the Bic, but just for the fact that it lit quicker, I guess you could say. But having said that, you were still able to get a feather stick going with the plasma lighter. I got a couple little piles of wood shavings here. Again, not very different from a feather stick, but if you did it better, you could probably get it going perfectly fine with a lighter. Plasma lighter, probably going to have more issues with this. Yeah. Come on, buddy. You can do it. Damn you. Oh. Oh, we got it going. It's going. The little flame that freaking could. Ha! Took a little longer. Oh, it died. Damn it. So like I said, probably fairly quick, I ramble, but probably relatively short, straightforward video. I was just curious, because I'd honestly never seen a video of these plasma lighters, like comparing some things that you can light with them. Never seen one. So I wanted to kind of test it out myself with just, this planning for this took like 15 minutes. I didn't go above and beyond trying to find various types of tinder or stuff that you could light. Paper and cardboard, pretty commonplace if you're just camping or something like that. A feather stick, something like that you could easily make out in the field if you needed to. Vaseline cotton balls, this also sort of takes the place, I'm thinking, for anything fibrous, so Vaseline and cotton balls, or like tinder tabs you can like kind of fluff up, get a lot of fibers like this. Dryer lint, probably the exact same thing. Both of them light it perfectly fine. You could maybe say the Bic had a slight edge in how quickly it got most of the things lit. However, once again, there are some significant, I guess, maybe not, but there are some downsides to the Bic lighter. Among them, now that I'm done with the video, if you, like the earlier scenario, you were surviving the zombie or aliens, I forget what I said for this one, but you slipped and fell in a creek, your Bic is fucked if it gets wet. As opposed to, as we just saw, I'll do it again just for fun, assuming, of course, it is something that is like this and made to be waterproof and has this little cap, pop it open, boom, you'll still be able to light shit. So, big advantage, I'd say, something like that. However, like I said in the intro, the biggest thing that got me thinking, and why, honestly, one of these is going to go in all my bug out bags from now on. Bug out bag, get home, whatever your terminology is for the same basic idea. One of these is going to go in all of my bug out bags because who knows how long I'm trying to come up with something really stupid, but whatever your emergency scenario is going to be in your mind where you're going to be using this, you don't know how long it's going to last. Depending on how many fires you have to light, where you are, how cold it is, yada yada, you might well run out of fluid for your Bic lighter, at which point you have... It's not ready yet. You might just have a glorified sparker. because with no fluid, these will still spark, a tiny, cute little spark. But, however, whenever this runs out of juice, we'll call it, guess what? Take one of these, you can recharge it back up, and then for as long as the sun's going, you will, in theory, I guess, always have a way to start a fire. There are some downsides to this as well, however, in what I've been able to kind of put together. Among them, it is electronic. You know, it recharges, it has electronics inside of it. So I'm not sure how well this would survive like an EMP, something like that. That could very well fry this. Other problems are over time, as it gets recharged more and more, used and depleted more and more, electronics get less efficient. How many of you have noticed that at the end of its lifespan, your phone, it kind of sucks compared to when it was brand new? Because constant use, depleting the battery, recharging it, electronics do over time wear out. I don't know how long something like this is going to last. If you enjoyed the video, you found it entertaining or informative, give me a thumbs up, really appreciate it. Tell me in the comments below what you thought of the video. Do you agree that it could maybe be better than a Bic lighter in long-term situations for a bug-out bag or an emergency bag? Do you agree? Do you have your own opinions on these electric plasma lighters? Tell me in the comments below. I really appreciate it. I'm the Car 131, signing off. Ooh. Even in the garage, it's hot, man. I'd be sweating like a motherfucker.